What's going on, guys? So as you probably saw by the title of this video somewhere, you know, thumbnail, whatever, I kind of already gave away what I'm doing. I don't even fully know what I'm doing yet, but I'm sure you guys already do. So I am definitely going to be changing the oil in the Camaro. You know, we had a little bit of metal flake in the last filter, so I'm gonna pull it after this race and cut the filter open again and see what it looks like. I am very curious. So I'm doing it, guys. I'm gonna change the filter after one event. So I'm gonna pull the oil out, put a fresh filter on, put some fresh oil in, and then see where we're going from there. Obviously, I am past Cooper, so I don't know what future Cooper is about to know when he pulls that filter, but hopefully he's not too disappointed. We'll see. We'll know in a minute. All right, well, here is the filter that just came out of the Camaro. This will tell us a lot about the health of that motor. The health of the motor was definitely in question by a lot of you guys. Let's get a potential thumbnail here. You guys are definitely concerned about it. I wasn't really all that concerned, but we'll know after this. I mean, obviously I was a little concerned, but we'll see. I don't think that this filter is gonna be covered in metal shavings quite like the other one. I think that was just break-in, but we will know. Time to cut it open. Moment of truth. All right, I'm gonna put some rags down so that we can catch all the oil to see if anything crazy is going on. Man, not easy to pull apart. There's how it looks in there. All right, that's the oil that just came out. Looks pretty clean to me. Here's the bottom of the oil filter. Nothing in there at all. Now I'm gonna cut the filter apart and we will see. Well, there is a big section of the filter. Man. Look at all that bearing material. I'm just kidding. There's absolutely nothing. This motor looks basically brand new. Looks pretty clean. I mean, I see like one or two speckles, but I mean, that's really nothing that I would even think is anything crazy. Oh man, look at all that. Nothing. My goodness. Well, I guess that settles it, boys. The motor is freaking done. All the bearings were in the first oil filter. Clearly this thing's just exploded, and I just have a pile of blood on my hands now from killing this beautiful 2J before it deserved it. Well, that is the filter. I mean, hate to say I told you so, but kind of told you guys so. That was just break-in stuff, and it was perfectly fine. Yeah, you can use the argument I should have changed the filter, but that doesn't mean that this one isn't clean bill of health. I mean, that looks very nice to me. Let's just pick up the camera here and show you guys. Look at that. That is freaking minty clean. It has one full pass on it and a bunch of idle time, a bunch of driving time. So if it was really coming apart, we would see it here. But doesn't look like it's coming apart to me. So put some fresh oil in it, button it back up, and send it for some more passes. TX2K, we are coming for you. We only have 20 days left until it's TX2K. Not even 20 days, it's like 16 days. So looks like I'll be making it to Texas with a good motor. So obviously I don't expect all you guys that commented that I was an idiot and I should pull my motor to comment again and say you were wrong, but you know who you are. All right, next up on what I'm gonna do today is Operation Make This Thing Not Such a Heavy Turd. And that will be weight reduction. Now, this is gonna be like cheap, basically free budget weight reduction. I'm just gonna pull off everything that does not serve a purpose, does not aesthetically add any value to the car. Simple things that I can uninstall. I already grabbed off a couple of these brackets that just kind of line the back. There's still a few more that I want to grab off, like this one's useless, this one's useless, this is useless, useless, there's a bunch. Then I took off this piece of plastic, that guy right there, actually heavier than I imagined. Then I'm going to take off this back one, you know, those like rubber boots there, whatever you call that, this thing right here. So there's a bunch of useless stuff that I'm going to just try to pull off and see if I can fill up this box and maybe get like 5 or 6 pounds in the box. Every little bit helps. And no, I'm not taking my antenna off, don't even ask. So I'm going to pull apart everything that I deem unnecessary in here. This is probably going to be a good couple pounds, but this whole hatch is heavy eventually. I would like to do a whole different hatch, but baby steps. All right, so I just filled up this box right here, and it's just some fiberglass, some metal brackets, some plastic, this piece, all this stuff that was up here. You know, these brackets that kind of ran up against here, that one, this piece of fiberglass that was not needed anymore, some brackets over there. There's still a few more I want to get rid of, but I was able to take off 12 pounds worth of just miscellaneous junk that had no business being in the car. So in my mind, that's free weight reduction. There's still a lot to pull out. I can definitely take out another 5 pounds without even noticing. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do. I want to take out weight and not notice, because I don't really want the car to change from what it's at. Obviously there's a lot I can pull out that would really drastically change it, but not quite there yet. There's probably some stuff under the hood that I don't need. I mean, even like right here on both sides, you can cut out the wheel tubs. That stuff's not necessary. I want to go to hood latches, so that'll eliminate this whole piece right here, and then this whole piece right here, which is really heavy stuff. Like this is like double walled, and then this is like all plastic, plus there's a cable and a latch. So I want to go to latches. That'll go like right here and there. I would eventually like to do a tube front end, just not there yet. And then just kind of miscellaneous little stuff like that. Just keep cutting stuff out and grinding stuff down. I want to cut open that door and this door and see what's behind there, see what kind of weight I can take out, because these two doors are very heavy still, like very, very heavy. You guys would be extremely surprised to know how much weight is still in that door. Like, look at that. That's a decent representation, but like still very full. There's still crash support in there in both of them. So that's next. I'm gonna pull apart that door. I'll start on the passenger side to see what we can take out without making it a total rattle trap. I don't really want the doors to be rattling, but I'm gonna take this door apart and let's see what's in there. I was able to just pull out this door bar in the passenger side, and this thing is actually 8 pounds of door bar. Very hard to cut out. I had to cut it in the car in half like this, or almost half, just to pull it out because it's so tight in there. And then a couple pieces of fiberglass that were just to make it come out a little easier and to be able to cut it out. But yeah, 8 pounds from just the passenger door, because I don't really need a crash bar in my door because I already have a bunch of crash bars. So working on it. Probably at like 28 or 30 pounds of stuff at this point taken out of the car. So that's pretty cool. Just 30 pounds of just weight reduction from just cutting and grinding and pulling things off, and you know, bolts that aren't needed, just a bunch of miscellaneous things. Like there were bolts in this car that literally don't hold down anything anymore. When I took out a body panel, I would sometimes just like put them back in, or if I took something out and like took an OEM piece out, I would just put the bolts back in, because when I first did all this stuff, I didn't know how far I was going with the car, but now I know, and it's gonna be light is the goal. So I'm gonna put the door back together now that we have the door bar out and make it look OEM again. This panel is heavy, unfortunately. Like, let's give it a weigh here. So this panel is like 10 pounds. Yeah, just at 10 pounds each side, obviously, because there are 2 of them. So that's not exactly enjoyable, but I'm not just gonna leave the car like that. Maybe I'll get some carbon skins or something for it, because that could save 20 pounds on the car, which wouldn't be bad. But I do enjoy the OEM look that we still retain right now. So until I see the rules for next year's street car class, I'm gonna leave all that stuff. If you guys have any ideas that I'm missing, leave them down in the comments, because there's probably some stuff that I'm missing. Obviously, like, all this stuff is heavy, but like that's very difficult to get out. That is not easy. Like this down here, I mean, it's heavy, but not like crazy heavy. I'm trying to get all the low-hanging fruit in a way, as Jeremy would say. Yeah, this is where the bar is, and the bolts are on the other side. They must put the door skin on after the bar is in, because it is nearly impossible to get to. Oh yeah, got some freaking spark plugs. My boy over at Spooling Up Performance on YouTube, he had them in stock. Check him out. He's got a lot of cool cars coming down the pipeline. But he was able to get me spark plugs when I've had them on order from one of those big box stores for quite a while now, over a month. They said they were back ordered, but they were also supposed to ship like 25 days ago now at this point, and I have heard nothing from them. So big thanks to them. Been like a month plus of no spark plugs, but besides that, Spooling Up was able to get them for me. He had them in stock, so appreciate that. Well, my goal was to take out 50 pounds. Right now, between this box and that piece, I'm at 30-ish pounds, like right at 30 pounds. So not quite there yet, just a little bit more to go, but I can probably find the extra 20 pounds. I mean, I've found so much weight already that was unnecessary just in this stuff. I mean, look at, that's just crazy. Look at how thick that bar is. There's still some in there, but it's just impossible to get to. Right in there. You can see how I have to cut them out because they put the door panel on. And then, because they put those in, and then they put the outer skin of the door on. Look at this guy. Oof. Exciting. Better add this to the pile. How heavy is this? I missed. Well guys, that'll do it for this video. I was kind of just chugging along on the Camaro, trying to get it ready for TX2K. I only have about 2 weeks before Texas, so I really have to make sure it's ready to go, dialed in, healthy, before I drive 13 hours one way just to get to Texas. And that's a big event, so I definitely want to bring my A game, and it's going to be the first time me and the Camaro and Bronte are racing out of state, which is going to be kind of a big one. It's actually gonna be the first time we race the Camaro somewhere besides Bradenton, which is kind of wild to think that we've raced this car so much, so local. It's really awesome. So that'll do it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Keep it saucy. I'll see you next time.